Good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school volleyball here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. I'm Thad Goff along with Chris Malenga, and tonight we've got a pretty big Northwest Ohio Athletic League game for you. Bryan taking on Patrick Henry. Chris, these are two teams that are 0-1 so far in league play, looking for their first league win.
Yeah, absolutely. The NWOAL is a tough league for volleyball, and right now Delta, Wasion, Evergreen all tied at the top of the league with 1 win apiece, and everybody else kind of there with no wins. And it'll be interesting to see tonight which team comes on top in this varsity game, because in the JV and the freshman game, Bryan won both those.
And Bryan, meanwhile, coming off a game against Eden, they swept that three sets to none, and it was Jess Robb who had the big night for the Golden Bears that night. 11 for 11 serving, 10 kills, 6 blocks, and we saw Bryan when they played Paulding, and Jess Robb had a nice night then as well, 12 kills and 6 blocks then. Yeah,
absolutely. She's really come on as a great player. She's able to make the kills. She's good at the net with net play with the blocks, and you know, she's a person that if she's on, the team's going to be successful.
And so far that seems to be the case. She was even on in the game against Archbold, where Bryan lost 3 sets to 2, 12 kills and 6 blocks, and that's the only game this year that Bryan has played in that has not ended in a sweep.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really interesting. That, you know, every game they've played so far, it's been 3-set games. So let's see if that trend will continue tonight against the Patriots.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that their only game that wasn't a sweep was a loss, because I mean, on the one hand, you went down fighting. On the other hand, it's the only game it's the only close match on your schedule so far, and it ended up being a loss. But there's a lot of season to be played.
Yeah, absolutely. And Archbold's just a tough league foe. It seems like they have Bryan's number in a lot of different sports. So,
well, it looks like we're going to have the national anthem in just a moment, so we'll take a break on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
And welcome back to this edition of high school volleyball here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. I'd like to thank all our sponsors who are sponsoring these broadcasts. Any sponsors that we have, including Main Stop, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Oberlin Turnbull,
the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Municipal Utilities, Jason Deach Collision and Customs, Suburban Auto, Crow Funeral Service, and Northwest State Community College.
Those are the sponsors for all of our broadcasts here on all of our sports broadcasts, at least, here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. We'll look at the starting lineups here. First, the starting lineups for Patrick Henry. Getting the start today include the likes of junior Audrey Sonnenberg, junior Carissa Rosebrook, senior Becca Jones, senior Abby Carrizales, sophomore Mackenzie Vance, junior Callie Seedorf, and freshman Grace Frania.
Only one senior starting for Patrick Henry tonight.
And in the meantime, getting the start tonight for Bryan, freshman Gwen Spengler, junior Courtney Wheatro, sophomore McKendry Seamer, junior Jess Robb, we talked about her in the open, senior Kennedy Lamberson, sophomore Abby Fernahue, and junior Madison Johnson. And Madison Johnson's had a nice season as well. We talked about Jess Robb. Madison Johnson's had some good games, especially in recent weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, looking at the different stats from the different games, it amazes me how well we are on serving. There's not a lot of serving errors that we've seen. A lot of the stats we get, you know, 12 for 12, 13 for 13, and so it's good when you can get and hold serve and do well with that.
Both of these teams are 0-1 in league play so far. They did both have good seasons a year ago. Bryan won 17 games Patrick Henry won 15 games, and I believe it was 2 years ago when Patrick Henry was league champion. So this is certainly a big game by every stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, and Patrick Henry is just a league powerhouse in a lot of sports as well. You know, it's a small school district, but mighty. They play really well in football and soccer and all those sports, and so volleyball no exception here for the Patrick Henry Patriots.
Patrick Henry is a school located in Hamler, Ohio, but they may represent a lot of other towns in the area around as well.
Yep, absolutely. You know, Deschler, Hamler, you know, Malinta, those are all the towns making up Patrick Henry. Big farm area, very large district in square miles, but very small in the number of students. But it's always amazing to me what a powerhouse kind of athletic program they put on.
Again, both these teams 0-1 in league play, but overall, Bryan is 3-2 and Patrick Henry is 4-2, so they are having good seasons so far, and it looks like we are just about to get things started. Well, on the season, Bryan's only league game of the season was against Archbold. That was a 3-2 defeat. And for Patrick Henry, their only league game of the season was against Wauseon. That was a 3-0 sweep at the hands of Wauseon. And that Wauseon team, they are 4-1 overall, and they were 17-6 a year ago. And Bryan's going to have another potentially big game coming up, I believe, on Tuesday. That's against Swanton. They didn't lose a single league game last year. 23-2 was their overall record. So we are just about ready to go here at Bryan High School. In the second league game of the season for both of these schools.
Once they get the lineup set, Johnson will sub out, and Gwen Spangler, the libero, will sub in.
We'll see who gets the first serve. It looks like it may be Bryan who gets the first serve. Nope, it's going to be Patrick Henry. We are just about ready to go. And we're underway, but that serve will not get over the net. So an early lead for the Golden Bears, and it's going to be Abby Fernahu to serve first. And Fernahu's serve is over, and that's hit backwards. It's going to be hard to return that one, and there's going to be no chance of that. 2-0 early on in favor of the Golden Bears. Fernahu's serve, again gets it over. Return blocked back, but still on the Patrick Henry side. Bumped up in the air, Lamberson, she's going to get the point. I think that one off of 2 Patrick Henry Patriots. And it's an early 3-0 lead for the Bears. Going to be the third straight serve for Abby Fernahu. And a long serve that is, a little bit too long. It's going to give it back to Patrick Henry. Serving, meanwhile, for Patrick Henry is Callie Seedorf. She gets it over. Chance at a return for the Bears. Swatted down, and that's going to be a point for Bryan. I believe that was Jess Robb who got the kill. She's had double-digit kills in, I believe, the last 3 games for the Golden Bears, but that serve will not get over the net from Courtney Wheatro.
Boy, the last 2 serves for Bryan, I'd say in the open how well they've been serving. The last 2 serves don't make it over the net.
It was a good start for Bryan. They started off 3-0, and Patrick Henry's first serve didn't go over the net either. Chance at a return for the Bears. Up in the air, swatted down, and now a chance at a return on the other side. Pounded back down, and I think that was Robb again. It's either Robb or McKendry Seamer.
It was Robb.
So that's going to be her second kill.
Yes, it is.
And she'll get to serve as well. Bump backwards, and that's going to be Patrick Henry's point. I think that point will go to number 5, Taylor Crawford.
Just nobody in the area to get it for Bryan.
Serving is number 4, Audrey Sonnenberg. 5-3, a close match so far. Serve gets over. That was a tough dig out, tough dig attempt, by Fernahu, and that's going to be the first point that Patrick Henry has been able to come up with off of one of their own serves. We got a 1-point set in set number 1. Another good serve by Sonnenberg. Sent back over, going to be tough to return that one. Patrick Henry does. I don't know for sure, but I thought Seymour hit that one twice, but we play on, and the point's going to go to Patrick Henry either way. Tied at 5. That one gets over, dug out nicely by Lamberson. Up in the air, and a good return rather by Sonnenberg. And that kill is going to go to Lamberson. And the lead right back to Bryan. Actually, I think that was Sarah Kurtz, number 1, who was doing the serving there for Patrick Henry, but it's going to be Lamberson serving here for the Bears. A good serve that is, but returnable. Bumped over the net and down. I think that was Grace Frania.
Bears are going for the block at the net, and they just put it right between where the girls were and the net.
Had 2 Bears right in front of Frania where she hit it, and Frania will get to serve. A long serve it is, and a little bit too long. That one just barely got out. I think the strategy there was wait and see where it goes.
Yeah.
7-6, the lead for Bryan. And this is going to be McKendry Seymour serving for the Bears. Gets it over. It is returnable. Dug out. Up in the air. And swatted down. That point will go to Patrick Henry. And that time, it's number 6, Carissa Rosebrook. And she'll get to serve. And that serve just barely gets over the net. Nice swat that time by Johnson. Return back, but Patrick Henry has a chance to send it back over, and they do a hard swat. And that actually went off the ceiling.
Yep, play it off the ceiling.
I think that was Sonnenberg who got the kill that time. 8-7, Patrick Henry with the lead for the first time today. It's a good start for the Bears. That one's still alive. The Bears fortunate enough to return it back across the net. Tipped back over. Oh, nice block on the other end. And another good block that time. 2 great blocks. And I think that was Mackenzie Vance, and that's going to be a point for Patrick Henry.
Boy, nice job there. Good volley, and nice job by Patrick Henry. Just put it where it needed to go.
9-7 in Patrick Henry's favor. And that serve just stays in.
Wow. Boy, really threading the line right there.
She got just enough. Yeah, once again, it looked like the strategy, at least for Seymour, was wait and see where it lands, and it just barely landed in play. Up in the air, Fernahu has it blocked. Couple of nice blocks in these last few serves.
Wow.
And that one does not get over.
Patrick Henry's playing great play at the net. Good defense there, nice blocking, and Bears just aren't able to get anything done right there at the net.
It's a 4-point lead.
Fernahu.
4-point lead for Patrick Henry. Nice dig, meanwhile, by Spengler. Swatted back, but returnable. And kind of off balance there was, I think that was Vance, Mackenzie Vance. And it'll go back to the Bears. Gwen Spengler to serve. And a low line drive type of serve. They'll bump it back over. Up in the air, Robb with a chance. Swats it down, and that's going to be a point. That one started to bounce up our direction into the stands. So back-to-back serves, meanwhile, for Spengler. Returnable for the Patriots. But a chance to return on the other end for the Bears. Rob kind of had to airmail that one. Up in the air, Rob with a chance again.
Nice job.
Still alive. Oh, nice dig, meanwhile, by Spengler. Back and forth they go here on this serve. And that one's going to go out. I think that was Sarah Kurtz. Got a good swat on it, but sent it a little bit too far. 1 point game again. Kurtz bumps it. Poke downward. Couple of nice digs. And Spengler will send it back. And that's going to drop in no man's land. Callie Seedorf with the kill there. (12-10) in favor of Patrick Henry. We're in set number 1 here in Bryan. Sent up in the air. Lamberson. Return back to the Bryan side. Oh, nice block.
That was a great block right there. Number 22.
Mackenzie Vance. 13-10.
And again with just a soft touch.
That's Vance again. Another block for her. Back-to-back sets. Back-to-back serves, I should say. And we're going to get a timeout. We'll take a minute break along with them on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
When Cameron's family came to us with a plea for help, we put our minds and our hearts into creating a solution. Selfless teamwork made the impossible possible. NSCC really is the heart of education.
Well, 14-10 on your main stop scoreboard. Bryan trails Patrick Henry in set number 1.
Yeah, they've done a great job at the net, especially Vance, right up there with a couple of back-to-back blocks and kills right at the net. You know, it's tough. They're going to have to figure out a way to stop her.
And still serving, meanwhile, is Patrick Henry. I believe it's Sonnenberg who's going to serve for the Patriots. She gets it over. Sent up in the air, and that will not get over the net. That was Fernahu who couldn't put it over. 5-point deficit for the Bears here in set number 1. Sonnenberg waiting to send it over. She does. Up in the air, and that will land out of bounds from Spengler. I believe that's 5 straight points for Patrick Henry. And that's after the Bears had cut it down to a 1-point game. And that one almost dropped in no man's land, but it's going to go out of bounds anyway. McKendry Seamer got a hold of that one. 17-10. And Seamer gets to it again. This time keeps it in play. Bumped up in the air and sent back over, but not in bounds. Both Rob and Lamberson were in the area.
Had the right idea, just couldn't keep it in bounds.
Another serve for Sonnenberg. Bump back up, Rob, just out of bounds. Well, I say just out of bounds. Looked like it was out by maybe a foot or two. (19-10). Sonnenberg serves again. Bumped up in the air. Fernahu returns. Sent back over. And another chance to return. Here's Rob. Just gets it over, but it's returned. That's going to go out of bounds, though. Bryan needed something like that to happen.
Yeah, they absolutely need to stop that onslaught of Patrick Henry serves. I think it was 8 straight points there on the serve. So now they got to do something on their own side on their serving chances.
Here's Fernahu with the serve. Oh, nice dig. I think that was Kurtz. And blocked on the, that's going to be Patrick Henry's point.
That was a block, and they made contact with the net.
I think Becca Jones will get credit for the point there. 20-11. Chance at a return for the Bears. And it's barely tipped over, and the point for Bryan.
Nice job by Rob to attack there. And
it's going to be Courtney Wheatro to serve. Bryan down 8 here in set number 1. Wheatro gets it over. Up in the air, sent down, and a point for Patrick Henry, and I believe that was Mackenzie Vance again.
Big time right there. Completely out of the reach of Spengler, and she hit the deck pretty hard.
In the meantime, Vance is going to get a breather. Served over. Rob with a chance. Couldn't quite get it down, but dug out nicely by Fernahu. Lamberson sends it back. Up in the air. Sent back by Lamberson, and that's going to be Patrick Henry's point. And we are closer and closer to set point here in set number 1.
Yeah, the Patriots doing a really good job this set, especially in the area of serving, putting the ball where the Bryan players are not.
22-12 on your main stop scoreboard. Fernahu, I don't think had to dig that out, but that's going to be a point for the Patriots, and I believe that was number 9, Becca Jones.
And great net play for Patrick Henry as well.
And they've been all around the net, several blocks. That one gets over, dug out, but Spengler was going to have a tough time chasing that one down, and we're now at set point for set number 1. Meanwhile, this is Carly Weber doing the serving. She gets it over. Bumped back, swatted down, still alive until now. That is set point. And it is 1-0 in favor of Patrick Henry. 25-12 for set number 1 on your main stop scoreboard. Well, we'll take a 30-second break and come back for the start of set number 2 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
And welcome back, everyone, to this edition of High School Volleyball on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Patrick Henry took set 1 25-12. And we go on to set 2 as the two teams have switched sides. We'll see if Bryan can even this match up. Bryan served to start out with Glenn Spengler doing the serving. Bryan had the early lead in set number 1, but Patrick Henry was able to make a couple of runs and eventually pull away with it. Sent back over by Vance. Rob with a chance at the kill. She's going to get it. That one off the hands of Audrey Sonnenberg. And again, Bryan starts out on the right foot. But can they finish this time? Nice dig. It's going to be hard to return that one, but Patrick Henry is able to do so. Sonnenberg sends it up in the air. Robb for the return, puts it down.
You know, if she had let that one go, that might have gone out of bounds.
It might have. Yeah, went off the hands of, looked like Sarah Kurtz. But either way, it's a point for the Bears. That ball almost went out of bounds, it looked like. Carissa Roseberg kept it in. Up in the air, Robb with a chance. Tip back over, nice dig by Wheatro. And that almost made it to no man's land, but not quite. Up in the air, Robb. Another return. Tipped over that time, and Robb keeps it alive. A continuous set going on here. Swatted down, and that's going to be a point for Fernahue. Well, a 3-0 lead to start things out here in set number 2, just like in set number 1. And it just kept in play that time. Swatted over. Robb with the return, has it blocked back.
Oh, another good block.
Exactly. Blocked back down on the other end, and I think that was either Robb or Fernahue. They were both in the area. But that's 4 straight points to start out set number 2 for the Bears.
Good way to start the set.
They've had good starts to both sets. Can they finish set number 2? Tipped over. Return back, but a chance at a return for the Bears. And it's Robb, gets it over. The Patriots now can return it. Oh, nice block. Well, again, both Robb and Fernahue were in the area. Well, we're going to get a timeout. We'll take a timeout along with them on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
There comes a time when every family is faced with the difficult choice of aftercare for a family companion. In the past, your choices were limited to burial or cremation. Now there's a better option, Aquamation. It's a gentle, more responsible alternative that allows you to honor the loss of your companion without harming the environment. Aquamation is a simple process similar to Mother Nature's own that allows the family to retain more of their companion's remains. To find out more, call or stop by Creel Funeral Service today.
Keeping children safe on Ohio school buses is a priority for the Ohio State Highway Patrol. This is Lieutenant Bob Aschenfelder of the Defiance Post. Safety on the roadway is a shared responsibility. Even though motorists are required to stop as a safety measure, children should always look both ways before crossing the street and remain alert to any sudden traffic changes. Together, we can make this a safe school year.
And welcome back. This is set number 2 of this game between Bryan and Patrick Henry. And Bryan leads set number 2, 5-0 on your main stop scoreboard. As Gwen Spengler will send it over. And that's bumped backwards. It's not going to be returned. That was very close to landing in the stands, but it's 6-0 for Bryan. Well, they had a good start to set number 1. They started out leading 3-0. Now they lead 6-0, but the question is, can they finish? Another serve for Spengler, and that's not going to, it was dug out meanwhile, but not returned by Kurtz. Made a heck of an effort, though. 7-0. Sent back over. Chance at a return for the Patriots. That was tipped. Oh, nice dig. I think that was Lamberson, and it was. And she sends it back over. But a chance for the Patriots to return. Oh, swatted down, and it just stayed in bounds. Courtney Wheatro.
That was awesome, Wheatro. Able to knock that one down. Whew. I had no doubt about that as both line judges put their
8-0 on your main stop scoreboard, and this will be returned by Patrick Henry, but it's out of bounds.
Well, the Bears are content to sit back and let Gwen Spengler keep serving.
She'll serve until She'll serve until Patrick Henry gets a point, obviously. 9-0. Bumped over by the Patriots. Robb with a good swat, and that one just stays in bounds again. A 10-0 start to set number 2. How about this?
This is amazing. And they're going to take a timeout, a wise timeout.
So we're going to take one with them on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no...
Last year, over 390 people in Ohio were killed because someone chose to get behind the wheel impaired. This is Lieutenant Bob Ashenfelder of the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Defiance Post. As part of the patrol's ongoing effort to contribute to a safer Ohio, troopers will continue an increased focus on impaired driving arrests in 2018. But we can't fight this battle on our own. We need your commitment to plan ahead by designating a sober driver or call for a ride. If you drink, don't drive.
And we're back here in set number 2 on the Golden Bears Sports Network. 10-0 Bears on your main stop scoreboard. And it's been Gwen Spengler who's been doing all the serving until now.
Yep.
Just out that time. And a 10-1 score. I don't know if that was an announcer jinx or a 10-point jinx. I don't know. Call it what you want. Sent over by Sonnenberg. Sent up in the air, and Fernahu with a nice swat, but it's returnable for the Patriots. Up in the air, Robb with a chance. Sends it down. She pounded that one.
Big time kill right there.
11-1. And now Jess Robb will be serving. How about this start for Bryan after
actually
what happened in set number 1? Robb just gets it over. Nice attempt that time, but Carissa Rosebrook unable to send it back over. And again, back-to-back points for the Bears.
This is Fernahu serving.
I beg your pardon, it is Fernahu, you're right. Up in the air, up, down, and that's going to be a point for Lamberson. Bears trying to keep this momentum going. Good serve by Fernahu. Up in the air and returned by the Patriots. And unfortunately, Spengler unable to dig that one out. (13-2) in Bryan's favor. Cassie Seedorf to serve. Robb with a swat and the kill.
Wow. Every time Patrick Henry stops it and gets a serve, Bears kill it right back to him.
Patrick Henry hasn't gotten a point off of any of those serves.
No, they
so
haven't.
Far.
I don't know what Coach Reinhardt said to him in between sets, but it seems to have worked.
And that one doesn't get over. That was Courtney Wheatro serving that time. That's back to an 11-point Golden Bears lead. This is Carly Weber to serve. Weber, who's not a starter, serving as the libero. Up in the air, Robb with the kick. Nope, not quite. Oh, they're going to give it to her. They're saying that that touched a Patrick Henry player.
Wow, we'll take it.
And apparently Carly Weber hasn't gotten the message yet. She's getting it now.
She's getting ready to put that one back over. I don't know who it touched.
But it's 15-3.
Serving now.
Just Robb serving for the first time. Nice dig, though, by Weber. Swatted back and blocked. That was nearly a good swat by Patrick Henry, but two Bears right in front of it. Up in the air, pounded down. And that was Rosebrook, Carissa Rosebrook, who got the kill that time. Sarah Kurtz will come back in to serve. 15-4. Bumped up. A chance for Lamberson. Couldn't quite put it down. Still alive. Dug out nicely on the other end by Seedorf. And that one's out of bounds. Point back to the Bears. Still got a ways to go before they can close out set number 2. But a commanding 16-4 lead for the Bears as Lamberson serves. Return back. Up in the air. And that's going to go. That's going to count for Fernahue. And it's a 13-point lead for Bryan. Sent up in the air, returned. And still in play. And poked down. Looked like it was both. It was either Seamer or Fernahue who got that one.
It was Seamer that put it back over. Right there on that right side, right at the net.
18-4. Another serve for Lamberson. Tipped and kept alive. Johnson sends it over. And that one will just stay in play. I believe that was Sonnenberg who got the kill that time for Patrick Henry. As far as the match goes, Patrick Henry leads the match 1-0. But here in set number 2, it's been all Bryan. They lead 18-5 on your main stop scoreboard, but that's going to go to 18-6.
Seamer tried to put that one over and just got it out of bounds.
I think this is the first time in set number 2 that Patrick Henry's had back-to-back serves, but they're going to get a third straight. And went off the hands of McKendree Seamer, 18-7. Bumped up in the air, chance at a return. Pounded back down, and does Patrick Henry have a rally in them? I believe that's 3 straight points.
It is.
Up in the air. Johnson with the return. Swatted back over, but returnable for the Bears. And Fernahue just puts it in no man's land. The Patriots were starting to give the Bears a scare there.
Yeah. Seamer's going to serve now. Maybe she can close it out.
19-8 on your main stop scoreboard. Kept alive for the time being. Nice dig by Johnson. And for a moment, the Patriots had a tough time with that one, but they're going to get the point here. I think we got a net violation.
And that's a shame because Courtney Wheatro made an amazing play to get it back over. And it was all for naught.
Carissa Rosebrook will serve. And that one just stays in play. That's almost like a double right along the left field line, or the right field line.
Yep.
Of course, if you're an Indians fan, I believe the Tribe are off today, and that one will drop right in front
They did
of
not
Johnson.
talk right there, and that's going to be a timeout for Bryan because they just did not talk and know where that was going. Should never end up right in the middle of 2 players.
We'll take a quick break with them here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go. All roads begin at Northwest State.
Welcome back to this edition of high school volleyball. Well, Bryan got out to a heck of a start here in set number 2. Led it 10-0. Right now it's 19-11 on your main stop scoreboard. And that's going to go out of bounds. Bryan will serve.
That was exactly what Bryan needed right there.
Look to get back-to-back points here as Glenn Spengler will do the serving for the Bears. Gets it over. Returnable, though, for the Patriots. Up in the air. Chance at a return. Robb with a swat. And we're going to have, I think, a net violation against the Patriots. Seems like the first time in a while that Bryan was able to come up with back-to-back points. But they're up by 10 once again. Oh, nice return by Sonnenberg. And she just kept it in play, barely straddling that line. 21-12 in Bryan's favor. Patrick Henry took set 1, 25-12. Robb with the return, and that'll be a point for Bryan. That was a tough dig effort by, I think that was number 2, Rachel Nichols. Not to be confused with the Rachel Nichols who works for ESPN. Tipped up in the air, returnable. Robb with a chance. Couldn't quite put it down. Nice dig, though. That one just goes over. Had 2 people going for it. Wheatro was one of them.
Boy, that was a nice dig by Spengler to get that one off the coming down.
It sure was.
The floor.
Well, Bryan hasn't closed it out yet as the Patriots try to make a run. Oh, nice swat by Wheatro, but still alive. Up in the air. Robb with a chance. And a chance at a return for the Patriots. And that one just stays in bounds. The Patriots on the comeback trail.
Yep. Wow. Both line judges said that it was in or out, and the umpire down below overruled them.
Bumped up in the air, Lamberson keeps it in play. Huge point there for Bryan. They lead at 23-14. And it'll be Wheatro serving. Sent up in the air. Robb going for the swat. She got it. 24-14, and now we're at set point. Gets it over, and that's it. Courtney Wheatro finishes with the ace.
25-14, so we will definitely not have a sweep in this game.
Definitely not, and unfortunately the only time that Bryan had a game that did not end up in a sweep, that was a loss, but still a lot of volleyball left to be played on the season, and a lot of volleyball left to be played in this game, perhaps, in fact.
And, you know, whatever that Coach Reinhardt said to them in between sets really must have got them fired up, because they came out with a 10-0 lead, and then when Patrick Henry started to make their charge, they were able to make it happen and hold serve and hold it, and you know, that's good, and let's see what they do this time. And now you know, Patrick Henry's going to talk, Coach Gerdeman's going to talk to them, and what are they going to do?
Can't help but give credit to Patrick Henry for not quitting even after falling behind 10-0.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, they're always going to be in there, And, you know, their net play again was pretty fabulous. Bryan was just better in that set, but, you know, it's one set out of potentially 5.
Well, it is 1-1 as we go to set number 3. We'll take a quick break here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
When Cameron's family came to us with a plea for help, we put our minds and our hearts into creating a solution. Selfless teamwork made the impossible possible. NSCC really is the heart of education.
Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of High School Volleyball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Bryan and Patrick Henry tied at 1 set apiece as we go into set number 3, and this time Patrick Henry will get the first serve. I believe that's Audrey Sonnenberg serving for the Patriots. Gets it over, and set 3 is underway. Johnson gets it down, but it did not. I don't think it touched the Patrick Henry player, though. They're going to say it did.
Wow.
There was a discussion between the two line judges. That's going to start out with Bryan leading 1-0. Spengler gets it over. Poked just across the net by Callie Seedorf. And I think this will be Rosebrook, Carissa Rosebrook, rather, to serve for Patrick Henry. Tied at 1 in set number 3. Up in the air, chance at a return. That was Fernahu who got it across. Dug out nicely on the other side. Swatted down, but still alive. And Fernahu with the kill. Or was that just Rob?
That was Rob.
Back to the Bears. They lead it 2-1. It'll be Fernahu serving. And she does get it over. Tip back over, and we're going to get a net violation against the Patriots. Now 3-1, Fernahu serving again. And that one's out. So now Patrick Henry with a chance to serve, and Carly Weber will come in off the bench. A good serve by Weber. Swatted down, Wheatro going for the kill, but it's still alive on the Patrick Henry side. But a chance to return for the Bears. Robb swats it down, and she'll get the point. Four to 2. And it will be Wheatro serving for the Bears. Bumped up in the air. Oh, nice block. That was just Robb. Rosebrook went for the kill, but Robb was there for the rejection. Wheatro sends it back, and that's going to be effectively an ace. Not sure if it'll go down as an ace, but Wheatro, or rather, no, it was Wheatro.
Wheatro, yeah.
Gets the point, 6-2. Bryan trying to go up 2-1. They've got the lead here in set number 3, 6-2. Up in the air, Rosebrook, nice return, and this time she gets it down.
Bears just didn't have anyone there to take that one back and block it. Nice effort by the Patriots.
This will be Seedorf to serve. Up in the air, chance to return. There's Robb, and that one I think took Rosebrook by surprise.
Yeah, she wasn't ready for that one, and she basically did self-defense there, trying to defend from getting hit by the ball.
I beg your pardon, that was Sarah Kurtz. But 7-3 in favor of the Bears, and Jess Robb will serve. Chance to return, and apparently she held on to that one too long. That was Audrey Sonnenberg. Basically caught it.
Yep. Call that a carry in volleyball, and she didn't do carry it. She just got held on to it.
Chance to return, and that's going to get down. Just inside that end line.
And just outside the outstretched arms of Fernahue.
I think that was Grace Frania who got the point for the Patriots, and she'll be serving here. 8-4, Bryan leading Patrick Henry in set number 3. And that one is going to go just beyond the line. Again, another quick substitution. That's, I believe, Rachel Nichols coming in.
Henry Lamberson going to be your server now.
9-4 Bears in set number 3. Up in the air, chance at a return, and swatted out of bounds, courtesy of Becca Jones. Another serve coming for Lamberson. Bumped up, returnable, and Jones sends it over. Chance to return meanwhile for Johnson, and she'll get the kill. That was a tough dig effort for Carly Weber. And we'll get a timeout. We'll take one right with them here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
Welcome back to this edition of High School Volleyball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. We're in set number 3. The match is tied at 1 apiece. And here in set number 3, Bryan leads on your main stop scoreboard 11-4. Kennedy Lamberson serving again. Bumped up in the air. It's going to be tough to return that one, but the Patriots are able to do so. Return by Spengler. Up in the air. Still alive. Oh, good job that time by Witro, but unfortunately it's to no avail.
Yeah, Witro hustled out, and she actually got it back in. and two of the Bryan players, I think it was Fernahu and Spengler, were going after it, but just couldn't get it over. Fernahu ended up hitting it.
And that's going to be effectively an ace. And I believe that's Rosebrook who will get the point. 11-6 on your main stop scoreboard. And a good serve by Rosebrook. That's not going to get over, though. Off the hands of McKendry Seamer. 11-7 here in set number 3. And that's going to be another effective ace. We got a 3-point set here in set number 3. 11-8 in Bryan's favor. Still alive. And sent back over and falling to the ground. I think that was Seedorf.
She was trying to backpedal, and she must hit a wet spot or something on the court.
The players are testing the floor to see if there's a wet spot there. Now they're going to dry it up. The line judges will take a look as well.
Yeah, because she just kind of was going to backpedal and just ended up falling backwards.
Well, Lamberson set to serve. Actually, I think that's Seamer.
It is
serving.
McKendry, yep.
12-8. Still alive. Now Bryan with a chance at a return. There's Johnson, and just gets it. Well, it didn't drop in play, but it did go off of Patrick Henry Patriot. And that'll stretch the lead out to 5.
It's nice when Rob's on the bench to have somebody like Johnson that can also play well, you know?
Johnson's had some good games in recent weeks rather. Nice return meanwhile. But a chance at a return for the Bears, and that one almost dropped, but a nice dig by Seedorf, and still alive on the Patrick Henry side. And that one, I don't think went over the net, but they'll play on. And the point will go to Bryan as we get, looks like a net violation.
Well, I think he actually called 4 hits over here.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and I think they just were going to let it play out, which is odd to me, but he had his hand up with a 4, unless there's a number 4 he's calling the net violation on, which it might be. There is a number 4 in the front, so. It's just weird that they let the play keep going.
Well, Seamer will serve again. A good job to track that down by Rosebrook. But that one's pounded down.
Fernahu with a good block there.
And 15-8 the score on your main stop scoreboard here in set number 3. Seamer to serve again. Poked it over. And a good return by Jones. Swatted back the other way. Johnson going for the kill, but it's still alive. Tipped over, still in play. And a good return by Jones. Johnson. And that time she'll get the kill. And we're going to get a timeout. We'll take a break right with them here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Keeping children safe on Ohio school buses is a priority for the Ohio State Highway Patrol. This is Lieutenant Bob Aschenfelder of the Defiance Post. Safety on the roadway is a shared responsibility. Even though motorists are required to stop as a safety measure, children should always look both ways before crossing the street and remain alert to any sudden traffic changes. Together, we can make this a safe school year. Last year, over 390 people in Ohio were killed because someone chose to get behind the wheel impaired. This is Lieutenant Bob Aschenfelder of the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Defiance Post. As part of the patrol's ongoing effort to contribute to a safer Ohio, Troopers will continue an increased focus on impaired driving arrests in 2018. But we can't fight this battle on our own. We need your commitment to plan ahead by designating a sober driver or call for a ride. If you drink, don't drive.
There comes a time when every family is faced with the difficult choice of aftercare for a family companion. In the past, your choices were limited to burial or cremation. Now there's a better option, Aquamation. It's a gentle, more responsible alternative that allows you to honor the loss of your companion without harming the environment. Aquamation is a simple process similar to Mother Nature's own that allows the family to retain more of their companion's remains. To find out more, call or stop by Creel Funeral Service today.
And welcome back to this edition of High School Volleyball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. 16-8, Bryan leads it in set number 3. The match tied at 1 apiece. And McKendry Seymour will serve yet again. Still in play for Patrick Henry. And that will go out of bounds off the hands of Becca Jones. (17-8) on your main stop scoreboard. Another serve for Seymour, dug out nicely that time. And swatted down. I think that's going to be Franya.
Yeah, she did a nice job, and Seymour was in the vicinity, but just couldn't get to it.
Actually, it was Mackenzie Vance, number 22. Sonnenberg serving. Dug out nicely by Spengler. Johnson trying to pound it down. It's still alive for Patrick Henry. Up in the air, Johnson, the return, and she'll get the point. (18-9) in Bryan's favor. Spengler gets it over. Oh, nice dig by Spengler to keep it alive. Robb able to get it back over. Rosebrook with the return. Up in the air, Robb, couldn't get it. Couldn't get a hand on it.
Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah, they are. She is down, it looks like. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Their teammates crowded around her, and she might try to stay in the ball game. I think I thought Melanie Reinhardt wanted her to come out.
I think you're just telling her to settle down, relax.
18-10 in Bryan's favor here in set number 3. Chance at a return. And that will go down for Fernahue. And Fernahue will get to serve with the Bears leading 19-10. And Fernahue gets it over and gets it down. Rosebrook was there. And I think so was Sonnenberg, but neither one of them could come up with it. (20-10) on your main stop scoreboard. And Fernahue gets it over again, and that'll be another ace. Rosebrook was caught in a tough spot. She either lets it go or bumps it up in the air, and unfortunately for her,
she bumped it the wrong way.
Unfortunately, that one's off the net from Fernahue, and it's 21-11. And Carly Weber will come back into the game to serve for the Patriots. Up in the air, chance at a return. Robb can't put it down. And nice dig, but to no avail on the part of Seymour. It's 21-12. And Weber set to serve again. Chance at a return. Now Patrick Henry with a shot. Franya sends it over. Sent back up in the air. Lamberson. Nice dig by Sonnenberg. Tipped right back over. And that one will go out of bounds.
Courtney Retro would be serving now.
22-12 on your main stop scoreboard.
Gonna see Lexi Deach in for Rob. Deach, the senior.
Bears trying to make it 2-1, and that one goes backwards. Still returnable, though. Patriots able to get it over. Lamberson with the swat. I'm not sure if that hit the ceiling or not. They'll let it play on. Seamer sends it over, but out. (23-13) on your main stop scoreboard in set number 3. This is Callie Seedorf to serve. Bumped up in the air. And that one is in play.
Wow.
Lexi Deach. That's her first point of the night.
And she'll actually be serving now. Chance to get a couple more.
Maddie Johnson back in the game. Bumped up in the air. Rosebrook the return, blocked back. Patriots able to return it. They're going to give the point, though, to the Bears. And that's going to make it set point. 24-13. Another serve for Deach as she tries to close this one out. Dug out nicely by Weber. Oh, nice block.
Another
return
one.
Back again. Poked over. Still alive. Nice return again. Another nice return. I think that was Rosebrook.
They aren't going to go easy.
And a kill for Sonnenberg. And Patrick Henry's not out of this one yet.
A lot of great net play on both sides right there.
24-14. Do the Patriots have a comeback left in them? Up in the air and a chance for Johnson. Dug out momentarily. Johnson, or rather Fernahue, unable to get that one. But actually that, no, that did land in bounds.
Yep.
So the point will go to Patrick Henry.
She was close. Just couldn't extend far enough to get it out.
Swatted down, and that's going to be it. Set number 3 comes to a close.
25-15.
And Bryan now leads the match 2-1. They'll try to finish it out in set number 4.
Before we go to break, can we thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Bryan Ford Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Suburban Auto, Crow Funeral Service, Jason Deach Collisions and Customs, Oberlin Turnbow Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, and BMU Cable and High Speed Internet.
Well, we will take a quick break and come back for set number 4 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go. All roads begin at Northwest State.
And we welcome you back to this edition of high school volleyball on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Bryan leads the match 2-1. They'll try and close it out here in set number 4. This Patrick Henry team, they have shown some resiliency tonight.
Yeah, they really have. And, the Bears have done a nice job of getting out. They lose the first set 25-12, but win the next two pretty handily, 25-14, 25-15, and see what they can do here in set number 4.
Spengler serving. Sent up in the air, nice tip by Becca Jones, and that's going to go down, and that'll be a point to the Patriots. Sent over by Sonnenberg. Returned by Lamberson, still alive. Jones trying to tip it over. And we'll get, I think, a net violation.
Yeah, Rob hit the net.
So 2-0 in favor of the Patriots. Sonnenberg gets it over. Blocked down. And I think that one was courtesy of Mackenzie Vance.
Yeah, she's been a beast at that net tonight.
Well, Patrick Henry, particularly in set number 1, they were all over the net, blocking a lot of returns. That one almost went down from Fernahue. Still alive, not for long. Seamer trying to return it. And it's 4-0. And this is the kind of start that Patrick Henry was looking for. Up in the air, a chance for Rob. A nice dig that time. That was Vance again. Rob with another chance, gets it over. And just about everybody on the Patrick Henry side had a tough time with that one.
It's just amazing to me, these volleyball players, how they can just stick their hands out and make a play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just great awareness.
4-1. That one just gets over from Fernahue. Jones, the return, gets it down.
Now 2 serves for the Golden Bears, and 2 times Patrick Henry's gotten the ball back.
5-1 on your main stop scoreboard here in set number 4. Patrick Henry tries to even the match up. I believe this is Rachel Nichols serving. If so, that's the first time she's served tonight, but that goes out of bounds. And now Bryan will serve again. And it's going to be Witro to serve. 5-2. Bryan trails in set number 4. Good serve, though, by Witro. Bumped up in the air. Vance has it blocked back. Might have been Lamberson. But a chance to return here, and Rob able to put it over, but not down. Swatted down. Oh, nice dig all the way across the net from Spangler. And that one might have been touched. They say no. I thought that might have been touched by a Bryan player, but it's going to be Bryan's point.
There you go.
Another serve for Witro. Bumped backwards, and Vance able to put it down.
Well, good effort by Spengler to try to knock that one down. She came sliding all the way across the floor, but just couldn't get a hand on it.
Carly Weber comes off the bench to serve. 6-3 on your main stop scoreboard in Patrick Henry's favor. Up in the air. Oh, nice kill by Seamer. Six to 4. And Rob will be serving. Sonnenberg sends it up. Oh, that was a tough play. I think that might have been Nichols on that far side who tried to dig that one out. Nope, number 23, Franya. But the point to the Bears, 6-5.
Just a freshman?
Yes, she is. Blocked, but out of bounds. That point will go to Rosebrook. And it's 7-5 in Patrick Henry's favor. Patriots got the first 4 points of this set. They try to even the match at 2 apiece. And that goes off the hands of Rachel Nichols. 7-6 in favor of Bryan. This will be Lamberson serving. Up in the air, Rosebrook the return. Bump back over, but returnable for the Patriots. Johnson going for it. Dug out nicely by Weber, and still alive on the Bryan side. Johnson has it tipped, but a chance at a return, and Rosebrook sends it over, but has it blocked immediately. And the play continues until now. That might have been Seedorf who got it over.
Yeah, and Seamer was trying to go after and just couldn't reach out to get it. She made a valiant diving effort.
8-6 in favor of Bryan. Sent back over, but returnable for the Bears. Johnson off the hands of Nichols.
Oh,
Tipped
nice
back over nicely by Fernahue.
That was a neat little bump by Fernahue, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And now it'll be Seamer to serve. Almost put it down, but dug out nicely by Weber. And that'll go out of bounds. And we're tied at 8 here in set number 4. That's after Patrick Henry got the first 4 points of the set. That one just gets over, sent backwards. Weber trying to return. Johnson trying to pound it down. Almost did so, but here's Rosebrook. Johnson with it again. Tip back over and still alive. Bumped up in the air. Rosebrook has it blocked. Comes back on the Patrick Henry side. And somehow the Patriots keep it alive. Johnson trying to pound it down again. Up in the air, still alive. Swatted back over. And pounded down by Fernahue.
She'll end that one real quick.
That was long-lasting.
Yes, it was.
And Bryan able to get the point out of it. And they take the lead here in set number 4. Up in the air, Jones returns. Johnson trying to pound it down, and she does. Right along that end line. Still alive for Patrick Henry. Rosebrook sends it over. And off the net from Fernahue. And it's back to being a 1-point game here in set number 4.
It's been a good set back and forth.
I believe this is Sonnenberg. I believe that's actually Rosebrook serving for Patrick Henry. She digs it out nicely. Jones with the return, nearly put it in no man's land, but a good job by Johnson to keep that from happening, and Johnson's going to get a kill out of it as well. And she'll get a breather as Jess Robb comes back in the game. This will be Spengler to serve. Gets it over, still up in the air. And a chance to return for Patrick Henry. Nearly bumped back by Robb. and put down courtesy of Courtney Wheatro. And a timeout taken by Patrick Henry. We'll take one with him on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
When Cameron's family came to us with a plea for help, we put our minds and our hearts into creating a solution. Selfless teamwork made the impossible possible. NSCC really is the heart of education.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do, it's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple, customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month, that's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton. There comes a time when every family is faced with the difficult choice of aftercare for a family companion. In the past, your choices were limited to burial or cremation. Now there's a better option, Aquamation. It's a gentle, more responsible alternative that allows you to honor the loss of your companion without harming the environment. Aquamation is a simple process similar to Mother Nature's own that allows the family to retain more of their companion's remains. To find out more, call or stop by Creel Funeral Service today.
And welcome back, everybody, to this edition of high school volleyball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Bryan leading the match 2-1. They lead set number 4, 12-9 on your main stop scoreboard. And Gwen Spengler will be serving for the Golden Bears. And a long serve that is, kept alive. That very easily could have landed out of bounds, and the return, meanwhile, will land out of bounds off the hand of Becca Jones. 13-9. And Spengler will serve again. Dug out nicely, and I think that was Nichols. Jones returns. Robb with a chance. And tried to block it, but was still on the Patrick Henry side, and that's going to be a point to the Bears. I think more than 4 Patriots hit that ball.
Yeah, that's what I think happened too.
14-9 on the main stop scoreboard. And Spengler with the serve. Jones keeps it alive. A chance for Robb. And a hard swat that was, but still alive on the Patrick Henry side. And still alive. That nearly went down for a Bryan point. swatted down, kept alive. I thought that one might go out of bounds. And put down, is it on the line? It is not. It went out of bounds.
Wow.
It might have been Lamberson who put that one over. Sonnenberg waiting to serve.
Wants to
So get it.
switch volleyballs.
14-10 on your main stop scoreboard. Another long-lasting set. And punched over by Robb, but still alive on the Patrick Henry side. Up in the air, a chance for Robb. Hit that hard, and that's gonna be a point. She hit it just hard enough. 15-10. And Fernahu will serve for the Bears. And she just gets it over, and that's an ace.
We'll take it.
Good effort, though, by Carissa Rosebrook, and another timeout.
She doesn't leave any timeouts on the board, certainly. Okay,
Nope,
get 2 timeouts a set.
She has used up her last one, meanwhile. We'll stay with you for this one, though. 16-10 on your main stop scoreboard. And Bryan, it's been a good effort by Patrick Henry, but Bryan, after losing set number 1, has bounced back nicely.
Yeah, they really have. You know, they were able to open up a big advantage in the second set. They win that one 25-14. They, Patrick Henry started strong the third set, but then Bryan able to come back 25-15. And here, Patrick Henry again started strong, and Bryan now with a 6-point lead. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues on through the rest of the night. And if Bryan can get this win here and win in 4.
16-10 in favor of Bryan in set number 4.
Be nice if they did. There's some NFL football to be watched tonight.
A big game as the defending champion Eagles take on the Atlanta Falcons. This will be Fernahu to serve. Chance at a return for the Patriots. Jones gets it over. Lamberson trying to poke it over, but it's returned. Robb gets it down. Nice effort there by Rosebrook, or by Jones, rather. But another serve coming for Bryan. They lead at 17-10. Bump backwards and return, but that one went out of bounds. It'll be 17-11.
Good effort there for Robb.
I believe this will be Jones doing the serving. And she gets it over. Up in the air, Robb with the kill. Jess Robb put it in almost the perfect spot.
Wheatro serve now.
18-11 on your main stop scoreboard. And Wheatro gets it over. Up in the air, nice return, but it's put back over by Mackenzie Vance.
That was a good effort there because the Golden Bears had put that one over, right at the net, and she was able to send it right back over with a soft touch, and the Bears had backed up anticipating a hard return, and they put it right in front of them.
Up in the air, Robb had it poked right back over. Wheatro's gonna have to return that one. But it's returnable for the Bears. Lamberson puts it down off the hand of Carissa Rosebrook.
Johnson comes in for Spengler.
19-12 the score as Robb serves. And that's going to be an ace off the hand of Seedorf. And 20-12 in Bryan's favor. Sent over by Robb. Up in the air, swatted, and that was hit twice. I think Seamer was the one who hit it.
Yep.
20-13. Seedorf to serve for the Patriots. A high serve that was. Swatted back down, but that went off the net. And that'll be a point for Patrick Henry. They're not out of it yet. 20-14 on your main stop scoreboard. Seedorf sends it over. Up in the air. Volley back, but returnable. And another point for the Patriots.
Boy, they put that one right inside the line.
20-15. Last 3 points have gone to Patrick Henry. Up in the air. Return back, and that one just lands in no man's land. I think that was Franya who had a shot at it, but couldn't get a hand on it.
That'll bring Lamberson up to serve.
Up in the air. Franya going for the return. Johnson puts it in play. (22-15) on your main stop scoreboard. Up in the air, still alive. And we're going to get a net violation, it looks like, against the Patriots, 23-15. Another serve coming for Lamberson. Gets it over off the net. And went off the net, but it dropped in play, so now we are at match point. 24-15. And Lamberson gets it over, but out of play.
Too strong, too strong.
And still a chance for Patrick Henry. I think this is Nichols serving. Bumped up in the air, still alive. Lamberson sends it over. Rosebrook has it swatted back and down. Fernahu with the point, and that's it. That's match point.
What a comeback there after that first set that was very rough. 25-16. Boy, they shut the scoreboards off quickly, don't they?
I think they do that after every high school game. 3-1, Bryan wins it over Patrick Henry, and they get their first league win of the season. Back in just a moment here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Last year, over 390 people in Ohio were killed because someone chose to get behind the wheel impaired. This is Lieutenant Bob Ashenfelder of the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Defiance Post. As part of the patrol's ongoing effort to contribute to a safer Ohio, troopers will continue an increased focus on impaired driving arrests in 2018. But we can't fight this battle on our own. We need your commitment to plan ahead by designating a sober driver or call for a ride. If you drink, don't drive.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go. All roads begin at Northwest State.
Keeping children safe on Ohio school buses is a priority for the Ohio State Highway Patrol. This is Lieutenant Bob Ashenfelder of the Defiance Post. Safety on the roadway is a shared responsibility. Even though motorists are required to stop As a safety measure, children should always look both ways before crossing the street and remain alert to any sudden traffic changes. Together, we can make this a safe school year.
Well, back here at Bryan High School, this edition of High School Volleyball on the Golden Bears Sports Network, the Golden Bears win it 3-1 over Patrick Henry. A big win, not only because you get your first league win of the season, but this Patrick Henry team, they've had some pretty good volleyball programs over the last few years.
Yeah, they have. They're 4-2 on the season this year. And the past, a couple years ago, they won the league. And so it's always good to get the first league win after being down by Archbold in your first league game. Now you split, you're 1-1, and you're right in the mix of things.
And of course, for Bryan, the big turning point of this match, I think, was that second set where they jumped out to the 10-0 lead.
Yeah, absolutely. That second set was amazing. They jump out of the 10-0 lead, and they go on to cruise 25-15, and hey, or 25-14. Hey, you take that every day.
Well, of course, we've got high school football tomorrow here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Bryan taking on Fairview, and it's kind of a rivalry renewal, if you will, but it's a game that was played last year, so it's 2 years in a row after, I believe, a 40-plus year hiatus.
Yeah, it was a 40-year hiatus. They played last year for the first time. There were some things that happened back when they played, in the past, and so the two schools, they're real close, and the two schools just kind of stopped playing for decades. And Bryan needed an opponent. Past couple years, Montpelier dropped out of the league, so now you have to pick up another non-league opponent, and they figured enough time had passed, so what they would do is they'd renew the rivalry. And so last year down at the Apache's place, and this year we're here, and Fairview is no slouch. I mean, they're in the Green Meadows Conference, and they beat Wauseon the first game of the year, and they pounded
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and they pounded Paulding 46-6 last week.
They run the air raid offense, which, if you're not familiar with that, just think of the kind of offense that Johnny Manziel ran at Texas A&M.
Yep.
It's not necessarily the spread option, but they're going to spread the field out, so there's that part of it, and they're going to throw down the field.
Yeah, and it's going to be important for the Bryan safeties and defensive backs to, just really play well in coverage, and, it'll be interesting to see. It depends on which version of the offense shows up, if it's the Van Wert version or the Toledo Polar Bears,
the Woodward
version.
Polar Bears.
Yeah, Woodward, yep.
Yeah, of course, that was no easy offense to defend against either, but the Bears did a good job of that. But the Bryan Golden Bears volleyball team comes out with a win tonight over Patrick Henry, 3-1. And that's going to do it here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. We'll see you tomorrow night. For Chris Malinga, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Bryan.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.